What's going on, everybody? How you doing? In today's video, this is a donation request. This is for Rob. This is The Residents. The song is Part 1, Edweena. That's what we're checking out today. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, all kinds of ways you can get super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation requests just like this one. So if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. In the notes section, leave a link. Leave a description, let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. You can also email me at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. Thank you guys. Okay, so I don't know anything. I know nothing. I don't know anything about this band. I don't know anything. I mean, just by the name, I thought they were a punk band. I don't know what they are. It looks like they're some kind of like art rock band. I don't even, yeah, it looks like there's an intense amount of information on it, all of which I'm not getting through right now or today, but it looks like Residents are an American art collective and art rock band best known for their avant-garde music and multimedia works. Very interesting. Since their first official release, Meet the Residents 1974, they have released over 60 albums. Definitely not deep diving these guys. Numerous music videos and short films, 3 CD-ROM projects when that was a thing in the 90s, right? And 10 DVDs. They have undertaken 7 major world tours. Wow, they've been around for that long and only 7 major tours, and scored multiple films. It's because of all the art projects they're doing. Pioneers in exploring the potential of CD-ROM and similar technologies, the Residents have won several awards for their multimedia projects. Founded Ralph Records, a record label focusing on avant-garde music, in 1972. Throughout the group's existence, the individual members have ostensibly attempted to work anonymously, preferring to have attention focused on their art. Much speculation and rumor has focused on this aspect of the group. In public, they appear silent and costumed, often wearing eyeball helmets, top hats, and tails. A costume now recognized as their signature iconography. In 2017, Hardy Fox, long known to be associated with the Residents, identified himself as the band's co-founder and primary composer, died in 2018. Wow. Wow, they're from Shreveport. Interesting. Okay, and they started in 72. Artists who became the Residents met in high school in Shreveport in the early 60s. Around 65, they began making their first amateur home tape recordings and making art together with a number of friends. In 66, intending to join the flourishing hippie movement, they headed west for San Francisco, but when their truck broke down in San Mateo, they decided to remain there. That's pretty funny. While attempting to make a living, the group purchased crude recording equipment and began to refine their recording and editing skills. Oh, so this is, okay, wow. Cool. As well as photography, painting, and anything remotely to do with art that they could afford. Yeah, these are some poor art kids. Just like weirdo art kids. Kind of, that's what it sounds like. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, and yeah, they've done a zillion recordings. Okay, so this Part 1 Edweena, I was trying to find where this came out, where this happened. It looks like they put it on, so their 4th album from 1978, Not Available, was reissued in 2011 with an extended edition that this song is on. So it's not really, so was it recorded in 1978 and they didn't put it out until 2011? That's what I'm wondering. It says Not Available is 4th studio album by American art rock group The Residents, recorded in 1974. Very good year, wow. I would point to my bass right there. The album was allegedly meant to only be released once its creators completely forgot about its existence, adhering to their theory of obscurity, in which an artist's purest work is created without an audience. Oh boy. However, due to ongoing delays in the release of Eskimo, Not Available, which must have been their previous or some other album, Not Available was released to supply the demand for new Residents material, given their unexpected critical and commercial success following the release of the Duck Stab EP. It is said that the lyrics and themes of Not Available arose from personal tensions within the group, and that the project began as a private psychodrama before being adapted into a possible operetta. Oh geez, man, this is like really artsy. While the project never took off theatrically, it was still molded into a sort of concept album, taking use of assorted musical ideas, some of them recorded for the group's unfinished film work, Villainous Fats. It is unknown if further overdubs were added onto the album predating its release in 1978, though the preserved single Not Available, Work in Progress, would indicate that additional overdubs and edits were made. It is possible that the album was shelved not to fulfill the theory of obscurity, but because it was simply too personally revealing. The music of Not Available is fairly different from any other music the Residents have recorded in the time period it was supposedly conceived in, both in compositional skill and audio quality. Fans have theorized that the music could have been recorded at a later period. The album is split into 4 parts and an epilogue, with the Residents' characteristic use of drum machines, classical percussion, cartoonish vocals, grand piano, and horns, as well as notably the use of string synthesizers. The lyrics and plot of Not Available are told in a densely surrealistic manner, notably making use of a Greek chorus and a particular piano composition that is presented as a theme for one of the album's characters. The full recording was released in 2010 as available piece. Wow. A 2011 reissue of the album extended its duration by approximately 7 minutes, allegedly its original length. A mix of the album's multi-track tapes, originally titled X is for Extra, was released in 2019 on a deluxe edition of the album. This is all wild. This is, you can operate you could operate in the music business, but outside of the music business kind of thing. This is what I'm getting. I'm like, geez, this is like, whoa. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to check it out. It's a long one, but we're going to check it out. I don't know what this is going to... Drum machines, cartoon vocals, synth strings. I don't know what this is going to sound like. Let's check it out. Bam. Classical percussion. These are timpanis. That's what it sounds like. Got the drum machine going. There's a lot of ghosts in here. Like, it sounds like there's recordings because of the technology. It sounds like they're like putting it on a tape that had stuff on it already, so there's all this extra stuff on it. It could also just be mixed, because now they're bringing the drum machine back in. It seems like... Seems like time is very loose. Like, the drum machine is there, but I'm like, are they really playing to it? Or with it?
Where do you throw the bone? Do you throw the bone? Do you throw the bone? Do you throw the spoken to's a fragrant little thing. It's open and was known to need a token diamond ring. It's open and was known to need a token diamond ring. It's open and was known to need a token diamond ring. Such a friendly whore. But now they say there's room no more for such a friendly whore.
Yes, Easter Island isn't my land, coming home once more.
But a sentence existing inside of a rhyme is only just a token left spoken in time.
But can tomorrow be more than the end of today?
Or do posies just bloom for the feel of a May? Or do posies just bloom for the feel of a May? Investing space without a place, confusing grace without her space.
Okay. After listening to the entire song, I forgot that I forgot that I didn't look at Rob's, Rob likes to give me talking points and things to, bring up or whatever in his emails about the requests. And I totally freaking forgot this one because I was just the music, and I feel like that may have been a bad thing. So I'm reading it right now after I've heard it, but I'm hopefully inserting this before I listen to it. So here's what Rob says. I was a little worried that including the residents was a result of impaired judgment. Remember how you were wondering if the Tori Amos cover of Teen Spirit was maybe a deadpan joke? I was a little worried you might see this band, after you listen you'll understand the quotes, yes I do, as making a joke on music in general. I'm not saying a joke. I'm not saying it's a joke. There's 10 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. I may have a little bit I may have a little bit of that feeling, but I don't think so. Again, to my untrained ear, I think there is a chance that you will find this weirdo band, that's accurate. If They Might Be Giants was like Jupiter weird, Residents are Pluto weird. You have been warned. Yeah, there it is. Actually doing something interesting. I apologize in advance if it turns out I'm just clueless. It's not really a matter of that. It's not really a matter of that. It's just the audience for this band and this music. And again, this is me hearing literally just one track. I've never heard it. These guys have over 60 albums. This is one track I've heard ever of this band. It's just like artsy stuff that it just sounds like they're not making a living from this, not at this point anyways. Maybe at some point they do and they are, but this is not making a living for them. No freaking no way. No way, no way, no way. Because who's the audience? Is there enough audience members to sustain a living for this, for the entity, for the thing? Because that's what it is, right? Enough people have to be into it and give their money, right? For it to sustain them. This was not sustaining them. Not at this point anyways. Maybe at some other point later on or whatever, I don't know. But this is like really just an art piece that is not for everybody. And I like how you said If They Might Be Giants was like Jupiter weird, Residents or Pluto weird. Yeah, I would put them maybe even past that. On undiscovered planets yet. Yeah, because it's kind of asking too much of the listener, because there's not much to grasp onto. It just kind of sounds, like a teenager made it or something, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive in that kind of way about it, but I'm just like, again, like I said, I've made, I should probably end here because I get into it and you have to hear it and watch me watch this, listen to it. So anyways, that's what Rob said. Check it out. So, this is something that we did. This is, this is proof that anybody with some gear and an internet connection can, this is before all that, can make whatever they want and put it out and do it. And if they can, you can. This should be like an inspiring, you can do it. If these guys can do it, you can do it, right? This is definitely an art project. This is very, I have a different point of view on these kinds of things compared to when I was like in college and out of college and even until I was maybe 30. When I hear something like this now, I just hear selfish. Sorry. The reason why is because it's, who's it for? Who's it for? Who was it? Who's that cat? What's that cat's name in Black Eyed Peas? will.i.am, right? Is that his name? Yeah, will.i.am. That guy has talked about when they were, huge or whatever. I got a feeling, all that crap. He was talking about making music for things, making music for driving, making music for cooking, making music for this activity, this, for everyday regular people, just things like that. And that makes sense. That's cool. That makes sense. What is this music? Who is this music for? Sometimes stuff, and I've actually made weird stuff that is not that far off of this kind of thing, except I know harmony and some music theory and stuff like that. I get the feeling that these guys are just kind of not worried about that stuff, not worried about time, pitch, theory, stuff like that. It's not about that for these guys. That's what I understand. And again, you can, not knowing any of that stuff, go ahead and make whatever you want, right? You could do what you want. There's no rules, really. I mean, there are rules, but they're not rules. You can do what you want, really. But is it pleasant? Maybe the purpose is not to be pleasant. Maybe the purpose is to be jarring. All that, I get all that also. But overall, this is just kind of weird, strange, very artsy, experimental stuff that maybe found an audience with people that thought that they were, or think that they are, into something hip and really open-minded and just all of that kind of thing. I mean, I went to college, right? I lived in Boston for years. I get it. I used to go to art museums all the time. It brings me back to those days for me. Very idealistic, in a way, just very idealistic, all that stuff. It's not, who's it for though? Really, it's for those people, but it's not for most people. It's not for regular people. Yeah. What did Gene Simmons say about art? All right. I mean, Gene Simmons, like him or not, and like Kiss or not, I'm not specifically a Kiss fan. I've checked out their music, but I'm not specifically a fan. When I look up Gene Simmons on art, it comes up that this guy's painting and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, Jesus. That's all we need. This is all about his current art stuff, which I had no idea. Okay, so I don't remember exactly. I'm going to try and remember sort of what he said just so I could say it, right? And get this point across. He was saying that you don't determine what is art. The audience does. You don't determine what's good in art. The audience does. You can make it. You can make it all day long. You can make it your whole life. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. You can think it's fantastic. But if you don't have an audience, the audience doesn't, there's no audience eating it up and liking it and wanting more and stuff like that, then what is it? You're ahead of your time or something? Or maybe you're at before, your time is past. What is it? I don't know. It's just kind of strange, weird music. That's it. And that's fine. That's fine. They could do it. They could put it up. They can, they could do their thing. It's fine. They have a zillion albums. I imagine that not all of them sound like this. Seems like they have periods, I mean, they're obviously an artsy group, and that may, this may play into their overall picture of their overall body of work. But yeah, this is just strange. I couldn't, this is not why I listen to music. It's just not. Again, there is probably a period of time where I would be more open and accepting just to this kind of thing, like in my earlier 20s or mid 20s, maybe even late 20s. But nowadays, no. No, I would never put this back on. Sorry. That's not to say I wouldn't listen to another The Resonance track or something maybe that's different, but this is not. They were doing this in 1974. There was a way cooler shit happening in 1974 than this. Sorry. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So, what else came out in 1974? Albums of 1974. Court and Spark. Fulfilling is his first finale. Sheer Heart Attack. Pretzel Logic. Second Helping. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Bridge of Sighs. Diamond Dogs. Queen 2. Apostrophe. Standing on the Verge of Getting It On. You guys don't know that one, do you? I do. A lot of stuff. A lot of this I don't know. Actually. Can't Get Enough. Wow. Can't get enough of your love, babe. This is just Rags to Rufus. Inspiration, Information, Shuggy Otis. Okay, it's all good. I don't need to go on and on about this. You get it. You get it. So, this was the thing that we did. It was fun while it lasted. But I'm glad it's over. Cool. Alright, The Resonance. There it is. You guys like The Resonance? This is my first time ever hearing them. If you've made it this far, just to let you know. My first time hearing them. The Resonance. Alright. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.